Listen, guys, if you're looking for a stacked NBA 2K19 account, an account with a high overall, maxed out badges, and everything you could want, hit up my boy Sports TMB. The link to his Twitter will be in the description, man. Tell him that I sent you, and he will hook you up. Ladies and gentlemen, NBA 2K19 as we know it may never be the same. Last night, Swante put out a tweet, Mike Wang responded, and shot contests have been patched. Now, this first gameplay is before the patch, and the second gameplay is after the patch, okay? So you guys can compare, see the difference, but there's a lot of things to talk about, so let's get right into it. The first thing I want to say, okay, obviously there's problems with the shot contests, but most people that complain about the shot contest system are not complaining about shot contests. They're just complaining about stretch bigs. They want stretch bigs to be patched, and our stretch bigs a little overpowered. Some people say yes, some people say no. You know, I'm not here to debate whether they're overpowered or not. If you want to say yes, that's fine. But thinking that nerfing or buffing the shot contest system, however you want to put it, is going to fix stretch bigs, you are 100% wrong, okay? And let me explain a couple things to you. Now, see the title of the video about, you can't patch me. Well, the thing about me is, everyone complains about stretch bigs shoot contested shots and they go in. Now, I'm here to tell you, as somebody who's a stretch big with over 1,000 games played on the park, yes, you can hit contested shots, but guess what? To win at a very, very high percentage of games, you cannot shoot contested shots because you're gonna miss some, which means you're giving the ball up on the twos or the threes or whatever, but let's say twos because this is a twos game. You're giving the ball up and you might not get it back. So if you're constantly shooting contested shots, your three-point percentage is not going to be at an elite level. Like, for example, mine is like a 78 or 77% from three. If you're constantly shooting contested shots, you're not going to be shooting that high of a percentage, which means you're missing more, giving the other team the ball more, which means your win percentage is not going to be at what you guys would call a try hard or a sweaty player like mine, like 90+%, whatever it is. Okay, so that's the first thing I want to say. But to think that making shot contests different is going to patch stretch bigs is completely wrong, because as a stretch big that doesn't shoot many contested shots, the fact that I can hit contested shots at a higher percentage than a guard does not make me the player I am. If you want me to get into it, we could break it down right now, but I already know, like, what I say, it never gets, like, they don't listen to me. That's why I don't really make rant videos about stretch bigs or about gameplay fixes. I just accept the game for what it is and deal with it, because I know at the end of the day they don't care what I say, because they never have changed anything. They never respond to my tweets. They respond to everyone else's. So, and I'm fine with that. Don't think I'm like, oh, like that, like you're salty. Like, no, I don't care, bro. I'm gonna play the game regardless. So to me, I just adjust to the game. Check it out. You want to know why a stretch big is overpowered? Let's break it down. Okay, the first thing you see on the inbounds on the twos, right, and on the threes, I put the video out. The off-ball glitch down with the D-pad that you could change directions, like that is a flaw in the game. That is a huge problem. I'm a 7-foot-tall player, and I can change directions faster than a squirrel on cocaine. Like, I can change directions faster than a guard that's 6 feet tall. It makes no sense. That is a major flaw. You take that out, 50% of stretch bigs are instantly garbage because they can't get open without the off-ball cheese. See right there, 8 for 8, 6 for 6. That was before the patch. A lot of the shots I shot in that game were contested. I was trying to show the difference between the patch to the from non-patch to patch, or whatever you want to say. Anyway, so the off-ball cheese would have to go. Okay. The next thing, if you want to really nerf stretch bigs, is ball control. It has to be a bigger factor in whether somebody loses their dribble or not. The fact that my stretch big can go between the legs, behind the back, spin back, between the legs, behind the back, and then shoot an off dribble three-pointer, that's a problem. I should be losing that ball because my ball control is like a 50. Or if I'm dribbling in traffic, I should lose the ball. Too many times on a stretch big, you don't turn the ball over when you're dribbling the ball. And that's another thing that bad players get away with, besides like, you know, shooting bad shots and they occasionally go in. Like, I feel like we were hyping it up too much, because everyone posts a gameplay where this stretch big hit a couple contested shots on them, but guess what, the next 5 games that stretch big is going to miss those shots and he's going to lose, which is why most stretch bigs do not have a great win percentage or a great 3-point percentage. Okay, but check it out. So the off-ball cheese that I just did right there, you see the change of direction and everything. The dribbling has to go. There's no way stretch bigs are meant to be able to ISO and do everything that you guys have seen me do on my stretch. If you try to steal that, you should be plucking it a lot more often than you are, if we want to be realistic about it. Now, the next thing I'm going to talk about, so we've talked about the off-ball, we've talked about the dribbling. The next thing I want to say about the patch, that everyone thought like, oh, let's buff shot contest, that'll take away stretches. Well, honestly, they didn't really think it through, and I've been trolling people on Twitter about it today, is you have to realize, as a stretch big, I'm 7 feet tall. So if we're going to buff shot contests, if I'm guarding a player that's, let's just say 6'6", you know how much farther back I can play and still get a lightly or a heavily contested on them? If anything, it hurt the guards more than it hurt the stretches. At least the good stretches. Like, for a guard to get an open jump shot on a big man now is really, really hard. Like, before it was a little difficult, but now it's really hard because you're getting contests. It's like you don't even have to play defense and you're getting shot contests now. It's like the guards that were complaining didn't really think it through. They just wanted, oh, buff the shot contest, stretch bigs will be garbage. You have to realize now, how are you going to shoot on me? Like, I don't think they thought it through, man. But the thing about this, if anything, honestly, a good stretch big is even better now than it was before patch, because like I said, a good stretch big that shoots a very high percentage from 3 is not shooting a lot of contested shots. Okay, of course the occasional one, yes, but for the most part you're getting open and shooting. That's why your 3-point percentage is really, really good. You know, you shoot consistently from 3. You're not just relying on the game to bail you out. Haha, I beat you this game, but I'm going to lose my next 5 games because I'm shooting contested shots all the time. You're getting open shots. But now, as a stretch big that's 7 feet tall, my defense is 10 times better because I contest everything. You know, before it was like my weakness was defense. I felt like I was a pretty good defender, but my build's weakness was defense. Now, as a player who's tall, I can contest almost everything. So it's like you made stretch bigs even, well, I should put it this way. You made good stretch bigs even better. You made average stretch bigs bad. So I guess they accomplished what they wanted to accomplish, right? I think their main goal was to get rid of these bad stretch bigs that shoot bad shots and get away with it sometimes. Obviously, like I said, it's not consistent, trust me. But they get away with it a lot of the time and think that they're good at the game. So now they took that away. But you now made the good stretch bigs, the guys that are like really sweat, try hard stretch bigs, you made them even better because now their defense is like, it's like I made a joke about it on Twitter. You're a 2-way pure stretch. Like, catch what I just said, a 2-way pure stretch. Like, my defense is crazy now. And I'm still a pure, I still got goal limitless. I'm still Hall of Fame catch and shoot. You know what I mean? So I don't know if the people who complained really thought all of this through, but in all honesty, the shot contest is not what makes stretch bigs. The last thing I'm going to say doesn't have to do with stretch bigs. It has to do with the people stretch bigs play with. But pushing, honestly, in my opinion, is the most broken thing in the game, because you could be clamping somebody up for 20 seconds and their teammate just comes and shoves you in the back. I'm pretty sure actually in this gameplay I got pushed in this game. They just come and shove you in the back. It's not a foul. Like, that, in my opinion, has to go because it kills any park game mode. Obviously, Pro-Am doesn't get affected because you can't do it in Pro-Am. It's an automatic foul. But in 3s, on 2s, in the park, it's one of the most broken things, bro. Like, it's one of the most broken things. But anyways, in summary, bro, fix the off-ball, fix the pushing, fix the dribbling not being a turnover on a stretch, and you'll see a much bigger nerf to stretches than just from this little shot contest patch. I don't mind the shot contest patch. I think the idea was right, but the execution wasn't perfect. But in all honesty, like I said, they're not going to patch me. They're not going to patch me because I shoot good shots in general. Like, I'm not going to be shooting heavily contested shot. I never have been somebody that shoots contested. Occasionally, yes, when we need a bailout or at the end of a shot clock or something, but you're not going to have a 95 win percent, shoot 80% from three or around 80% shooting contested shots, man. If you agree, man, drop a like, subscribe if you guys are new, all that good stuff, man. Appreciate the love. Let me know what you guys think about the patch down below in the comments, and that's it, man. Y'all have a great night. I'm out.